Hey, good morning. Welcome to Nonprofit 301, week 3 for spring 2019. I'm having some problems uploading this YouTube video, so I'm going to try recording it again. I hope you're all doing well. As you can probably tell, I'm sick. I've got whatever funk that's going around, so stay clear of it. Wash your hands a lot. Anyway, I've heard from a couple of you about problems with the textbook. I am aware of it. I've been talking to the upstate bookstore. The big problem is that the publisher of the textbook has decided at the beginning of December that they were no longer going to print copies of their textbook. In fact, they're not going to be using this book anymore. Thanks for telling us all about that. Anyway, Jerry Carroll at the bookstore has told me that he's identified some second and first editions. Well, we got to use what we got to use. So they were hurrying trying to get those things in on express order. So you should have your book quickly. For those of you that told me that you had the problem with the book, I'll leave the quiz link open from last week for you. I know who you are. You've told me about your issues. All right, for this week, read chapters 5 and chapter 6. Chapter 5 is kind of historical development of the nonprofit sector, and the issues are kind of how do we get here? Why do we have this incredible, almost insatiable demand for nonprofit work, and what are some of the recent trends that have been developing? And then chapter 6 is moving into one particular sector, and that is healthcare. Healthcare makes up an enormous part of the nonprofit sector in the U.S. For those of you kind of familiar with Spartanburg Regional is nonprofit, Mary Black is nonprofit, Greenville Health Systems is nonprofit. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Nonprofit, and yet they charge astronomical fees. Imagine if their profit motive was the single driving factor in their businesses. You think healthcare is expensive now? Man, you just wait. Also, I want you this week to journal again. This will be your third journal. Did have a question about the journal. Do I need to journal for every chapter? No. Just combine those two chapters and just journal off those. Again, I want to just remind you with the journals and the quizzes, depth and breadth of your response is really important. Because that's how I evaluate and assess what you're learning. One sentence, kind of a one sentence or a two-sentence paragraph, it's really hard for me to figure out whether you know the material. So, the more the better. I hope you're going to have a great week. If you run up on a snag, got a problem, text me, email me, call me. I'm here to help you. I'll see you virtually next week, and hopefully I'll be feeling a lot better.